Yo, what's up, guys? How are you doing today, man? I will be talking about the Boston Celtics beating the Dallas Mavericks tonight and becoming NBA champions for the first time since 2008, winning their 18th championship ring, their 18th banner. Do you understand how insane that is to win 18 championships as a franchise? That is insane. As a Heat fan, as a rival of the Celtics, I gotta give credit where credit is due. First things first, clap it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Brad Stevens, man. The guy went from head coach to GM to building the best team in basketball, regular season wise, postseason wise, and they just have all of this money. They're going to be able to re-sign Derek White. They have their starting five for the foreseeable future. They just re-signed Drew Holiday. That's showing that that was a good deal. Even though with the Bucks he was like the second or third option, I put with Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now he's like the fourth or fifth option with Derek White, and points like interchangeable. They have Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Kristaps Porzingis locked up, and they still have old man Al Horford. Like, the man is still a really good role player in the league. I said Luka try to get a switch on Al Horford, and Al Horford was kind of holding his weight. Let's call it a spade a spade. Al Horford was kind of holding his weight on Luka Doncic, one of the best players in basketball, top three in my opinion. Probably Jokic, and if you want to throw Giannis up there too, because that man is a demon. But I digress, and I'm talking about that. We're going to talk about these Celtics winning their 18th banner with a 106-88 win over the Dallas Mavericks. I'll get into the Mavericks in a little bit. I was going to get my flowers about the Celtics. Jason Tatum, he's had a lot of scrutiny. I'll be honest, it's easy that he had a guy like a Tatum, because you'll look up at the screen, you'll see the Celtics got about like 20 points, but Tatum has like 6 to 16. You're like, what is he doing? Tatum is by far having the best playmaking season of his NBA career. I mean, not last year, but 2022, even 2023, he struggled with turnovers. I'm not saying that he's just this like pure point guard now. He's not like prime Chris Paul, but he's a damn good playmaker. And I'm also recording this like a couple minutes after the game ended, so I don't know who was gonna win the Finals MVP. I'm guessing it's gonna be Tatum. I just saw they were talking, but I was getting ready to make this video, so I guess he won Finals MVP. If he didn't, though, we'll find out. But Tatum, I know he's in love with that sidestep, step back three, takes it at every shot at the end of the quarter. I want to give a big shout out to guys like Derek White, who hits every single back baking three, every single gut punching three, every single three that he hits just makes you sick to your stomach, because it's like, oh, there's like 0.2 seconds left. Oh, right off a jump ball. Oh, shot clock running out, like I mentioned. He just hits it. And then you got Sam Hauser off your bench. You got Payne Pritchard hitting not one, but two half-court heaves. He had a half-court heave at the end of today's first half. And I'm like, yeah, after that, just get the banner 18 fitted for the Boston Celtics, okay? Just get it fitted for them. Because at that point, the game's over. It's an 18-point game. The morale for the Mavericks is cooked. Celtics have all the momentum. They're at home. They have did I say 15 or 18-point lead? Shout out to Drew Holiday as well. He had another good game today. He ended up with a 15, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's had a really good playoff series, especially defensively. Oh my God, his defense has been phenomenal. He's still one of the best defenders in basketball. Just because he's a fourth or fifth option, people don't really give him enough credit defensively, because he's in a smaller role offensively. A smaller role offensively, but defensively, he's still one of the best guards defensively in the NBA, and he has one of the best defensive backcourts that I've seen in recent memory with himself and Derek White. They're both phenomenal three-point shooters. They're phenomenal defenders. Derek White in particular is such a good shot blocker for a guard. As a Heat fan, it reminds me of, obviously I didn't get to watch like the early Dwayne Wade, but obviously going back into highlights and catching the big three era of him. He was a phenomenal shot blocker as a rebounding, as a shooting guard. Al Horford, man, no Kristaps Porzingis for a majority of the playoff series. He's been hitting his three-point shots, he's been rebounding, he's been holding his own defensively, especially switching out on the perimeter. Al Horford is a very underrated player. You guys remember a couple years back when he was on the Thunder, and it was like his father time there. He wasn't getting too much clock on a not so good OKC Thunder team after just getting a lot of money shelled to him by the 76ers, because apparently he was nabbed as the Embiid stopper, and they didn't want to go and pair them together, and that didn't work out. And he, I believe he, what's it called? He initially got traded to the Hawks. I mean, traded from the Hawks to the Celtics, or was it like a free agent pick? Because I remember I was texting my boy, Roberto, shout out to him. I just texted him for some congratulations on the championship ring for his Boston Celtics. I had tweeted him, not tweeted him, I had Snapchatted him some Horford highlights because he's like a casual outside of like the Celtics. He knows like a couple things, but he's not really tapped in like your boy. So I gave him some highlights. It was like, oh, he got a good mid range, and now a couple years later, he's developed that 3-point shot to the maximum. He's a knockdown 3-point shooter. He's a really good rebounder. He holds his own defensively. And yeah, I just got to give credit where credit is due. Tatum has shown that he's a top 10 player in basketball. Ends off today with 31, 11, and 2. Derek White, 4-10 from the field, 4 of 8 today from 3, 14, 8, and 1. Jaylen Brown struggled, but at the end of the day, he definitely hit some shots that were like, when you guys remember, Tatum threw him that lob in that first half and he took it down and went back up with the lay. That was a momentum shot for them. Sam Hauser hitting those threes. He made 2 of 6 today. Porzingis didn't even play a big role this year outside of that game 1 because he got injured in the late of the 4th quarter. Oh, I guess right now they're actually going ahead and going through with the Finals MVP. I thought they already gave it to Tatum, but you guys can see right here on my screen, my MacBook Air, that is still going on apparently. But yeah, Payton Pritchard, I mean, Payton Pritchard today played 1 singular minute, and in that 1 singular minute, he made that half-court 3, and he was just like, Coach Mazzulla, by the way, he was just like, all you gotta do this game, Payton Pritchard, just hit that shot, and we ain't gonna need you, my boy. We ain't gonna need you. By the way, as well, shout out to Salute as a Rhode Island boy, or man. I'm 21 years old. I'm now a man. Shout out to RI legend Joe Mazzulla on winning his first NBA championship. Yeah, Joe Mazzulla is from RI. Shout out to him putting on for Rhode Island. You absolutely love to see that. Again, I'm a Heat fan, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. The fact of the matter is, Porzingis was playing a bench role, 5 points, a rebound, 2 of 4 from the field today, and they really didn't. They just needed him to be there, just a body. They didn't even need him to be like that productive, to be quite frank. I mean, at the end of the day, the Celtics were the best team in the regular season. They were the best team in the playoffs, and we honestly knew this was going to happen. I mean, the only team that really could see them giving like a big fit to would be the Denver Nuggets, but unfortunately they lost after Potomac getting a 20-point lead to the Timberwolves, who ended up losing in 5 games in disgusting fashion to the Dallas Mavericks, who lost to the Celtics in disgusting fashion in 5 games. So that just tells you how dominant the Boston Celtics are if they were able to do all of that. And a lot of the things that we're talking about the Celtics were the injuries. Oh, they played a Miami Heat without Jimmy and Rozier. They played the Cavs at points without Donovan Mitchell, rarely without Jared Allen. They played the Pacers, who just went ahead and beat the Knicks. Tyrese Haliburton didn't play the last couple of games of that series, and the Pacers beat a hobble Knicks team, which probably would have given them a better opponent to play against, even though they probably want the easier matchup. But people were talking about the Celtics. They weren't battle tested. My boy Udonis Adams said they weren't battle tested. That goes to show the Celtics were just the best team in basketball from the regular season on to the playoffs. I mean, at the end of the day, like, they had a couple games. Yeah, I guess the Pacers series where Andrew Nembhard was turning into a prime Haliburton. I don't know who to compare him to. Pretty much getting to the rim, but at the end of the day, that team is just really fucking good. No matter who was ahead of them, the fact of the matter is the Pacers in that 4-game series, they had a couple of close games. The Mavericks only made a close game of this series where that game, I want to say 2, and then they beat them by 38 points in game 4. People were like, oh, we're gonna make these Luka Doncic with the LeBron James, you know, the one where he has like the one where he has the hat off with the headphones in, just looking like locked in. No team has ever came back from 3-1. He did it. I saw Mavericks Twitter was all making their picture of Luka with the LeBron edit with the headphones and just locked in. The Mavericks official account on Twitter even tweeted it out. I was just like, and they all lose by 18 points. Like, that ain't a good look. I'm not gonna lie. I know them comments going insane right now. PJ Washington, unfortunately, Thunder fans would be like, his insanity run came to a close. I mean, very rarely this regular season, he shot like 32% from 3. So him to get that hot, he was really hot from the corners in that Thunder series. He's a pretty good player, but the fact of the matter is right now he's their 3rd best player offensively. And Kyrie Irving, I don't know why I mentioned this like 10 minutes in the video. Kyrie Irving is incapable of playing at TD Garden. Like, he hasn't had an efficient game I've seen in a while. I believe they've now lost, Kyrie Irving's teams have now lost like maybe like 16 games against the Celtics, and that's including him on the Nets. And now every game of this series against the Dallas Mavericks, they went 0-3 in a row. So this went 3-0 on the road. Derrick Jones Jr. had his moments this series. Daniel Gafford had his moments. Not really though. He only played like 9-10 minutes, but it was really just him playing the first couple of minutes of the first couple of minutes of the third. It's really just Derrick Lively taking over after the first bench substitutions for the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving just inability to play at T Garden. On the road at TDU was awful. At home at American Airlines Arena, American Airlines Center. One of the two was the Miami Heat's former, I think it's American Airlines Center. I don't know, to be quite frank. We haven't had that name for a while. I remember it was obviously really big around the Big Three era, but whatever, I digress. Luka Doncic, I mean, he tried to do his thing. I mean, Brian Windhorst let him up in the end of game 3 when he was talking to Scott Van Pelt, and I believe it was SportsCenter, if I'm not mistaken. He had a better performance defensively in particular, but he had a pretty good performance overall offensively. Today, 12 of 25, 28 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Kyrie Irving was playmaking, 5 of 16. That was inexcusable, man. You're supposed to be the veteran guy. You're the guy that he's the only guy in this game that's been to the finals outside of Jrue Holiday. I believe he is with the Mavericks, at least, correct? Nobody else has been to the finals on this Mavericks team, right? Not mistaken. So yeah, but yeah, like I just mentioned, shout out to Jrue Holiday on the second NBA ring. Shout out to old man Al Horford on becoming an NBA champion. I think they just know that Tatum is the finals MVP, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to Jason Tatum. I believe he just won finals MVP. I got it all my audio on because I'm not actually listening to them making this video, but shout out to Tatum. Also Dallas Mavericks, I mean, who expected you guys to make the NBA finals? Definitely not. We had the Denver Nuggets penciled in really since they beat my Miami Heat in 5 games last season. The interesting thing is the NBA free agency, apparently there's a new rule that they start on the 18th, so tomorrow, or maybe in like a couple hours, maybe even like in like the next 40 minutes. I'm recording this video 11:16 p.m. We might so apparently the Tatum and Brown have the most wins for a duo prior to winning an NBA championship, which obviously just ended up winning, so shout out to them. But yeah, we might see an NBA free agent update or signing as I'm editing and putting up this video, so that'll be pretty fire, to be quite frank. We'll have to wake up or go to sleep to NBA signings. Hopefully by Bam Adebayo has his contract extension. I don't care how much money it is, we need to lock him up because Jimmy Butler. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, they should have first pick for Daniel Gafford. He's had a good presence this series, but the franchise center and defender of the future is Derrick Lively II. He's had a monster series tonight. He really wasn't that impactful. 2 points, 4 rebounds. Dante Exum hit a 3. Josh Green hit like a 3 when they had the Celtics had all the momentum. He had like 3 of 3 at a point. He ended off 4-6, 5-8 from the field, 14 points. He's been a guy that's gotten a little bit of scrutiny from the Mavericks. He's on a decent contract, and at points he's been inconsistent, but gotta give a shout out to him. He's really one of the most efficient guys for the Mavericks season. Actually, not this season, but this game. He actually was the most 5 of 8 from the field. Lucas had 12 of 25. DJJ 4 of 8. I wonder where DJJ is going to go this offseason. Is he going to come back to the Mavericks or not? This 3-point shot needs to be better if he's going to continue to start for this team, especially with PJ Washington. Like I said, he's a 32% 3-point shooter. You can't really expect him to continue to shoot like he was in that Thunder series, especially. I mean, he can. Like PJ can definitely be like at least like a 36, 38% 3-point shooter, but he can get downhill. He needs to work in that free throw shot. Yeah, and then Tim Hardaway Jr. getting paid like 4 years, like upwards of like $60 or $70 million, and is just getting 9 minutes in like garbage time. Like that contract right now is looking disgusting. Every day I see like Tim Hardaway Sr. Clips on Twitter just talking about his son, or they just show him like mid-game, like when he was hot last game, he was like clapping. It's like, yeah, that's my boy, or some shit like that. But that contract right now, imagine if they can get an actual third guy in this team. Not saying that PJ Washington is bad, but PJ Washington is your third best player in the championship level team. I mean, let's just be fucking for real, to be quite frank. As Miami Heat fan, I'm gonna keep mentioning, like, Tyler Hero, I love him with every fiber of my body. Right now, I cannot trust him to be a number 3 option in the championship level team. The same can be said about number 2 with Bam Adebayo and number 1 with Jimmy Butler, but we're here to talk about others other than no Miami Heat until this auction. Actually, think about it right now. I need to make a video. What should the Miami Heat do in the 2024 NBA auction? I actually haven't even thought about that, to be quite frank. The draft coming up soon. I'll get that video up prior to the draft. Congrats to the NBA champion Dallas, not Dallas Mavericks. Fuck no. Even though as a Heat fan, I definitely wish it was the Dallas Mavericks. But hey, Celtics fan, to give you guys credit. Banner number 18. Let y'all cook. Tatum is an NBA champion for the first time at 26 years old. Al Horford, old man, is an NBA champion. Jrue Holiday is a two-time champ. Derek White is an NBA champion. I remember my boy Icy, he's a big Spurs fan. I remember in Discord, like, watching the Spurs games. I don't think anybody could have expected him to be one of the... I made a tweet today. He's one of the best role players I've seen in my entire life. I mean, he's a phenomenal defensive player, knockdown three-point shooter. He's just filled with energy. He's just a really good player, and he definitely is going to get that upwards of like $35 million AAV contract. And I don't think anybody should bat an eye, because this man right here, man, he is one of the best role players I've seen, man. He hits every big time three. He hit the three to send him to the NBA Finals in that right corner against the Indiana Pacers. Left him wide open. Did his thing. Sam Hauser, I don't know if he's gonna have a contract up soon, but he's definitely gonna get his bag. Probably Celtics will not be able to afford that. Absolutely. Porzingis is an all-star, man. Shout out to Kristaps Porzingis, not an all-star, a NBA champion. I'm pretty sure, remember a couple years ago, maybe like last year, prior to the Malcolm Brogdon trade, he's like, man, I want to get some more minutes. He got more minutes this season. He got a contract. Showed that he's an actual, real, and a pretty good NBA player, to be quite frank. He's a phenomenal three-point shooter. And he showed that he has range. I mean, he's shooting from damn near half court, hitting the shots. Rookie Jordan Walsh is an NBA champion. Shout out to him. Shout out to my boy Kobe White, Arkansas fan. His boy Jordan Walsh is an NBA champion. Former Sixer Jalen Springer is an NBA champion. Former King Demius Queta is an NBA champion. Former Grizzly Xavier Tillman, the guy that people on Twitter acting like he's 35 in his middle age. He's like 26 years old. He's just bald, and he just has like an older face, I guess. Svi Mikhailuk, former Hornet, Kansas player, Raptor, I think. With like everybody at this point. Former Pacer and podcaster and YouTuber O'Shea Brissett, NBA champion. Former Nick, the Cornet contest, Lil Cornet, NBA champion. The Celtics shoot 33% from the three today. Win tonight's game. 42% from the field, 85% from the line. Mavericks, 44.9% from the field, 29.7% from the three-point line, and 53.8% from the 29.7% from the three-point line, 53.8% from the free throw line. You missed more free throws than you took. Thanks. Not that you missed more free throws than you made. They missed 7 out of 13. They missed 6. If that's math. If that math is correct, I don't know, but I digress. Celtics are your 2024 NBA champions. Congrats to them on banner number 18. But other than that, y'all, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. Your boy John. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.